Hi, this is Jack. This is going to be my bar-by-bar review of the S&P 500 futures contract for New Year's Eve, December 30th, 2024. So I have the day session only chart here and the Globex chart, and what I wanted to look at were the low close and see where support was and what we were doing today. So we have a small gap down on Globex, and then we have a small gap up on the day session chart. So for that reason, I thought that we might break out to the upside on the day only chart, and I thought we would attempt to rally on the Globex chart, but I think it would be challenging to get above the high of this bar. But maybe we will. We do have probably buyers down here at the low close, or maybe selling below this bar, getting out here. But in any case, I thought that today would be a trading range day, if nothing else. So bar one, decent gap up, but relatively small gap up. It's a breakout and follow through, but not the follow through that you hoped for. It's a doji bar with prominent tails. For that reason, I suspect we go sideways with sellers above and buyers below. Bar two, breakout to the downside. We have last week's low here, this red dashed line. And I believe we're testing somewhere near the midpoint of this rally and this gap up, this dashed red line. So we may find buyers down here. But bar one, technically a sell signal bar closing at or below its midpoint, and bar two, a strong bear bar closing on its low. I suspect we'll go lower, but we may need to pull back first. As with any open, whatever move you get could be in the wrong direction in the first 6 or 7 bars of the day. So probably bad follow through, probably a pullback and a second leg down. Bull reversal, but tail, probably sellers up here for a second leg down. High one buy for the bulls for a second leg up after the gap up. Good entry bar for the bulls, but tail, and looks like a lower high in a triangle. I suspect we go a little bit higher, but a trading range open, I suspect sellers above in the sell zone and buyers down here in the buy zone. Sellers at the close of 4, a bit of a surprise, but buyers below 4 for a second leg up from the rally. A high 2 buy, but not ideal. Bad buy signal bar, although it is closing above its midpoint. Bar 5 is a big bar relative to 3 and 4, and for that reason, it's a sign of strength for the bears. We're still in a triangle. We have lower highs and higher low. I suspect we're going to attempt to rally and attempt to sell off, but I suspect that that initial breakout direction may be the wrong direction. I think we have a strong enough reversal into the close of this bar that we probably try to rally, but I suspect we find sellers up here. 6, bull breakout, but double top with 4, so we may find profit taking, and we may find sellers at the close or above this bar. I suspect we go a little bit higher, second leg up from 3. I think 2 and 5 probably also need a second leg, and since we're in a trading range, we could have a delayed second leg. 6, maybe trying to break out of this triangle. You could draw it like this, and therefore 6 would be a breakout. So I suspect we try to go a little bit higher, but the bulls need to close up here, ideally a close above 1. So let's see if they can get it. If we have sellers at the close, that would be pretty disappointing, and that would trap the bulls again. Whoever bought the close of 4, whoever bought the close of 6, therefore whatever rally we get may sell off again, but probably buyers somewhere down here, still in an overall trading range. So we rallied, but we sold off. It's a double top with 1. Looks like we made a slightly higher move above 1. Sell signal near the top of the range, double top. The bears want a good entry bar and then a breakout below 3 for a measured move down of the range. The bulls see this as 2 legs up and they'll look to buy down here. So whatever bear breakout we get, we'll probably find buyers down here. Ideally, the bulls see this as a pullback in leg 2 and they want to buy the close or buy below this bar for leg 3 up. But I think right now, the price action probably favors the bears because of the context. So strong entry bar for the bears on 8. This is closing below on its low and closing below 3, the swing low, and closing below 5, the swing low here. So for that reason, I think we have trapped bulls buying below all of these bars, and they're probably sufficiently disappointed with this bar. Or maybe they saw it coming. Maybe they saw a failed bull breakout of the triangle, and therefore everyone dumped out of their longs. And then traders who were short will probably sell here, sell pullbacks with a stop up here, expecting a measured move down of the range. Maybe something down here. So probably always in short, and since the open of the day, my EMA indicator has been always in short all day. So I suspect the bears are going to win and we go lower, but if you sell to close here, you've got big risk. And what are the odds that we get down here before we get back up here? I'm not sure. So probably better to look to sell a pullback. Bar 9 reversing up below 8, we might have some sort of expanding triangle. Something like that. It's a bit ugly, so maybe it won't function quite like an expanding triangle. But I think that 9 is strong enough for a second leg up, but probably sellers above 8, and definitely sellers near the top of the range, most likely. Bears probably have to cover above 9, therefore it's a reasonable stop entry long for the bulls in the bottom of the range for an expanding triangle bottom. Leg 1, pullback, leg 2, deeper pullback. I think the bull case is a little bit harder to believe in than the bears, but it's confusing. It's a trading range, so you expect that. So 9 probably going higher, then 10, good entry bar, testing the high close on 6. Maybe we go a little bit higher, but probably sellers up here. We have a small pullback, so I think it's an implied leg 2 at the top of a range. Therefore, maybe sellers at the close or sellers above the bar. Small follow-through bar on 11, maybe a little bit higher, but I still suspect sellers up here. Why are we having a small bar with a small body at the top of the range after 2 strong bars? That's because we're in the sell zone in a trading range. Outside down 12. Now it looks like we have a triple top with the high of the range. Not a very good sell signal bar, closing at the moving average. And, oh, that's the midpoint. Let me, want to get rid of that midpoint real quick. That was confusing. So we have last week's low that looks like an important price level that we're oscillating around. Right at the moving average. We're more in the sell zone than anything, but we are in the middle of the range. So probably better to look to sell a pullback, or for the bulls, you're hoping that this is leg 1, pullback, leg 2, and we go higher. But tough to read and confusing. It's a trading range, and that's what you expect. So 12, maybe going lower, but probably buyers down here. For the bulls, probably buyers at the close, so we might rally, or buyers below. For the bears, maybe we pull back and then look to sell off, closing below 12. We'll see. Looks like the bears won. We've got a pullback, and we're closing below 12, but low in the range, and tails on the bars. An implied 2-legged move at the bottom of the range means that we'll probably find buyers at the close and below this bar, and probably buyers below 9. So far, I think the bears are overall stronger than the bulls, so I'm leaning towards bear breakout. But this is a pretty strong rally, strong enough for a second leg up. The high of this bar didn't quite get to the close of this bar, so we may have trapped by the close bulls. Disappointed with these bars, therefore whatever rally we get may find sellers. But for the bears, we have deep pullbacks and a lot of tails, so therefore they may be scalping out down here low in the range. 14, bull reversal bar, but inside bar, closing on its high, probably going higher. It's a second leg up from the rally on 9, and I suspect we go higher. For the bears, they're hoping that this is leg 1, pullback leg 2, or maybe a leg 1, pullback leg 2, pullback leg 3, and we make a new low. But we'll see. Let's see the follow through. So the stop entry for the bulls have triggered, and now we have trapped bulls entering on a stop and holding a losing position on 15. Therefore, whatever rally we get, we may find sellers up here. But for the bears, why are we testing the low close and not closing below that point? That's not all that bearish, and we're low in the range, so we may find buyers down here. Follow through 16, small pullback, and then breaking out below the prior bar and closing down there, but failing to close below the swing low. So not all that bearish, but certainly not all that bullish. We still have trapped bulls. And let's say you're a bull and you bought on a stop up here, maybe you buy more at the close of this bar and look to get out somewhere in the middle. And that could be what's taking place here on bar 16. So bar 16, probably sellers above, but maybe buyers down here. Buyers at the close, bull breakout, but testing the moving average and reversing down. Maybe sellers above. We're not closing above the prior bar, so there's no breakout gap. I suspect we rally, but I suspect we also find sellers up here. Instead, sellers at the close on 18. So the bears are starting to accumulate a lot of selling pressure. We have 2 consecutive strong bars here. We have 2 fairly strong bars here. And the bulls are no longer able to string together consecutive strong bull bars. We have 3 strong bars here, 2 decent bars here, but 1, 1, and 1 here. I think that the bears are a little bit stronger than the bulls here, and we're channeling lower. The moving average is indicating that we're probably always in short. It looks like we're failing to hold, or trying our best to hold at last week's low, this dash red line. And we have a failed trading range breakout on 8 and a failed trading range breakout on 7. So it's breakout mode. We're inside of a triangle. It looks like the bears are going to win. Let's see the next bar. Bear breakout. Closing below the swing low on 9 and breaking out of the trading range. Small tail. We broke below yesterday's close and yesterday's swing low. But we have a tail here. That means we may have buyers here. We also have trapped bears selling below 23 that were trapped on 24. And it looks like we're closing at or below that level. And down here, we have trapped bears selling below 15, selling the close of 16, and the buy signal bar for the bulls on 17. So this is going to be probably an important price level if we get there. So far, good for the bears breakout, but let's see the follow through. Bad follow through, inside bar, bull bar, reversal bar. Probably sellers above for a second leg down. I'm not sure that this little bar is enough to undo the selling pressure and the breakout down. It's a somewhat tight channel down. It looks like to me a breakout of a triangle. So let's see more follow through. We have a micro double bottom with 1920 and now 21, a slightly higher low, maybe a triple bottom. The high one triggered but failed, at least so far. I suspect we go a little bit higher, but we may find sellers up here. Sellers at the close. Maybe bulls enter on a stop above 20, give it a bar, see what happens, and then disappointed with 21 and then sell the close or sell out of their entry position here. So bear breakout for leg 2 on 22, probably going lower, probably always in short. Probably some sort of trending trading range day. It looks like we have an upper range here. Now we have a fast breakout, and we'll probably have a trading range forming down here next. So probably going lower, pullback and sell off, but doji, so channeling lower. Inside bar 24, low 1. We may find buyers below, but I suspect we go lower. We have 4 consecutive bars down, so sellers above. Probably sellers at the high close above this bar for sure. Maybe above these bars. Breakout, pullback, sell, but small bar and doji at the bottom of a channel looks a little bit parabolic, so we may find profit taking here. I suspect whatever rally we get will be minor. Sellers above and channeling lower still. Now we have 6 or 7 consecutive bars down. Sorry, we have 6 bars down. Small pullback here. I suspect we go lower, but we may pull back first. Outside up 27. We may have trapped bears selling below 26, but 27 doesn't look all that strong and all that big. For the bears, they see a 50% pullback of this sell-off, and they want leg 2 down from the sell-off on 21, but 27 strong enough for a second leg up, so we may have a pullback and then another rally, and that's what we have here on 28. Closing above the prior bar, so we have a small gap, but no micro gap, so not all that strong. Probably sellers above, probably going a little bit higher, and then almost outside down, 28, turning down from right about the high close on 21 and 20, but didn't quite get there. We also have the moving average right here as resistance. So it looks like potentially a low 1 near the moving average. But overall, we're forming a tight trading range. I suspect we go lower, but we may find more buyers down here. So buyers, we didn't quite get to the low close on 26, but we have a bear breakout on 30, closing beyond the prior bar. It's a reversal and follow through, so probably sellers if we rally. I suspect we need a second leg up from 27, 28, but I suspect we need a second leg down from 29 and 30. And that's confusing, which means we're probably in some sort of trading range, and we may be low in the range. Deeper bear breakout 31, but buyers below the swing lows here, and not ideal follow through for the bears. We are probably still channeling lower, but I suspect we pull back. So we have 32, small bull bar. I suspect another bar up, but sellers above, so outside down 33. Failing to close beyond the prior bar, so we may find buyers below or buyers below 31. The market is trying to flip to always in long, but it's not doing a very good job. We're forming a small, tight trading range. We have a spike pullback channel, implied 2 or 3 legs down, 1 pullback 2 at the moving average, sell off, pullback, sell off, 2 legs down. We tried to rally, but now we have trapped bulls buying on a stop above this bad buy signal bar 31. 33 disappointing, so probably sellers above, but maybe buyers below. We had buyers at the 25, 27, and 31 low. I suspect if we break out below here, we'll find more buyers again. Then again, whatever rally we get, I suspect we'll find disappointed bulls getting out of longs up here. Inside bar, probably sellers above. Instead, sellers at the close. Now it looks like we have a complete wedge, maybe something like this. So we may try to rally, but the market is flipping to always in short on this bar. Therefore, I suspect a pullback and another leg down. So we have 36, it looks like. But right near a measured move target, so we may find buyers down here. We're breaking out of a bear channel, which is a low probability event, which should fail within 5 to 6 bars or so, and this is bar 1. Reversal and follow through, breakout and follow through, probably sellers above for a second leg down. Good follow through, probably going lower. But prominent tail, so we may find buyers down here. Instead, channeling lower again. Now we have 4 consecutive bear bars in a row. I suspect sellers above the bars. We have 1, 2, 3 bars now after the breakout of this channel. So 2 bars left before we reverse up. 1 more bar. We have 39 with a tail. I suspect we need to pull back because we have probably 7 bars down now without a pullback, and we need to pull back. Otherwise, this will become unsustainable and we could rally quite strongly. So channeling higher, but bad entry for the high 1 on 40, right around a measured move target. We may go lower, but we also have yesterday's low here in this measured move target as support. And it looks like we're going to oscillate around this level. It may be an important price level. It's a measured move down of the trading range. Surprise bull bar on 40, 41, probably going higher. The market may be flipping to always in long, but probably a pullback and a second leg up. Instead, surprise second leg up on 42. Looks like we're flipping to always in long. We have consecutive sell climaxes on a trading range day. And if we do form a trading range today, I suspect that we're going to rally and get back up to near the open of the day and form a doji on the day chart. So 42 is probably buy the close, stop down below, or stop below 41. Breakout and follow through above the moving average. We're getting above the high closes here and above this swing high. But we're still below this swing high, and we have this one to worry about. So we are facing the possibility of a double top, so we need to get good follow through. And so far we don't have it. We have a bear inside bar, testing the moving average and reversing up. It's a high 1 buy. High 1 buy, probably sellers above, but buyers below. So again, follow through, but doji bar, gravestone doji, probably buyers below for a second leg up. Strong enough micro channel, certainly for a second leg up. Probably buyers anywhere inside of this gap. Strong bear breakout 45, trying to flip the market back to short. But I suspect we're going to rally for a second leg up on the rally of 39. Instead, we get a pullback and then a sell-off on 46, and this shouldn't be happening. For the bulls, they see about a 50% pullback of this rally. Either which way you draw it, we're about 50% there. And for the bears, they see this as a double top with a sell signal bar and then a strong reversal down. I suspect buyers somewhere down here, but we may go lower. The market is trying to flip back to short. I suspect that we're in some sort of trading range, certainly at least by the buying pressure demonstrated on 41, 42. So 46 probably going lower. And then we get a climactic bar 47 testing near the bottom of the range. We have the low close here, 38. So we may find buyers down here or buyers below. Strong enough micro channel, certainly for a second leg down, but getting a little climactic and parabolic, 1 pullback 2, and climactic third leg down. So I suspect buyers down here. Small pullback and a new low on 48, but again low in the range. And I suspect to find disappointment here. We have 5 consecutive bars down and we need to pull back. So we have 49. Looks like the start of a minor reversal to me. Prominent tail and small body. I suspect sellers above. Small pullback and then tried to rally, but doji inside bar. I suspect we break out and find sellers above 49. 51 closing at the 49 high. Not quite at the moving average. We may touch it. We may go above it. We have a 4-bar micro channel, but it's a really bad micro channel with a lot of overlap and bad follow through. So therefore probably sellers above. For the bulls, they see it as a second leg up from the rally starting on 39. For the bears, they see it as a pullback in the sell off starting on 44. Channeling higher, 52, breaking above the moving average but not closing above. 5 consecutive bars up, likely that we'll get a pullback soon, so maybe sellers at the close or above or even below the bar, but I suspect a second leg up from this rally at some point. So sellers above, we have 53 turning down. I suspect we go a little bit lower. We're at the moving average, we're channeling lower. It looks like overall we're in a bear channel if you just look at the day overall. But we have this really strong leg up, so that puts us probably in some sort of trading range. So I suspect buyers at the close or below for another leg up. This rally, I'm not sure that it needs a second leg up. It has an implied 2 legs up already, and it's around a 50% pullback of this sell-off. Therefore, we may go lower before we go higher. So we have 54, reversal and follow-through, reasonable sell to close bar, but I'd be quick to get out. We're low in the range. And that's probably what bears are doing with 55. We made a new low and tested yesterday's low, and we reversed up. So we have a weak bar, maybe a trading range bar. For that reason, I suspect buyers at the close or below. So we have 56. Bull breakout, but bit of a surprise and bit of a climactic bar. Racing up and testing an obvious resistance magnet, the moving average, and the high close on 52. So maybe sellers above. We might go a little bit higher, but I suspect sellers above here. Maybe sellers at the high close here. 57, good follow through. Maybe always in long, but trading range. Got to be careful. It could be a second leg trap near the top of this range. The top of the range could be here. We also have the sell signal for the bears up here. So I suspect we go higher and find sellers. Instead, we find sellers at the close. Bad sell signal bar, so I suspect buyers somewhere down here. Strong enough bar for a second leg. Ideally, I'd like to see a pullback and then another sell-off. But instead, we get immediate follow-through and we don't pull back. Therefore, I suspect buyers somewhere down here. Surprise breakout, probably a second leg, but probably needs to pull back. Maybe a little bit lower, but I suspect buyers down here. Pullback and sellers above, 59, but 60. Failing to break out or close beyond the prior bar, so buyers below, most likely. Channeling lower, 4 consecutive bars down, 2 legs down in an overall trading range. We're starting to get range compression. We do have lower lows, but they're not that much lower, and we do have lower highs. So I think that we're starting to form some sort of wedge bottom, and we may start to rally. So buyers down here, buying the close of 61, but bull bar, bit of a surprise, and maybe a bit of a climax. So we may find sellers above, but low in the range. I suspect we go a little bit higher. Instead, sellers at the close for a third leg down from this sell-off. Now we have a nested wedge. So we have a wedge 1, 2, 3, and we have a wedge 1, 2, 3. You could also look at this as a big 1, 2, 3. Really no sense in drawing all of that, but just for fun. drew it anyway. Let's get rid of all that. So anyway, probably buyers down here, probably buyers at the close for a second leg up, probably buyers below, but trading range and channeling lower near the bottom of the channel. Unlikely that we'll get another bear breakout, and looks like we have important support down here, which is yesterday's low. Doji inside bar, I suspect a breakout, but then a failure. Instead, we broke to the upside first, so second leg up from either the rally starting on 61.62, or you could look at this as a rally starting on 63 with a pause and then a second leg up and then a pause. Bulls are going to want a third leg up, and they see this as a pullback, therefore they may buy the close or buy down here. Bears see this as a 50% pullback of this sell-off, and they'll sell at the close with a stop up here or up there. If I had to guess, probably sellers at the close, but then buyers below, and probably going higher. So instead, buyers at the close of the bar. 66, bit of a surprise, but now 1, 2, 3 legs up. We could double top here, so maybe sellers up there. Inside bar, probably sellers above. Bull breakout, but tail. I suspect sellers up here. It looks like we're trying to test the sell signal bar for the bears on this strong sell-off. Therefore, probably sellers right here. And that's why we have 69. I suspect we go lower, but we're testing the bad buy signal bar for the bulls here. So we may find buyers here, which is why we have 70. 70, strong bar. But really, 69 is super strong, probably sellers above this bar. We also have a bad sell signal bar, so there's probably sellers at the close of this bar. Instead, bull surprise, breakout to the upside. Therefore, probably buyers below. But sell signal bar, I see some sort of expanding triangle happening here, but it's not a very good one, so it may not function like one. So we may go higher for that reason. It's 3 legs up here and then 1 pullback, maybe a second leg up, but I suspect sellers up here. So for that reason, trading range, we're high in the range. I suspect we go lower. Surprise bull bar for a second leg up, nested 2-legged pattern at the top of a range. We're trying to channel higher. We're flipping the market from long to short to long to short. So I suspect maybe a double top near the high close on 42. So maybe sellers at the close or above this bar. And then we have 73. Bad sell signal, but I suspect it will work because it's a trading range and we're high in the range. We went outside down, 74. I suspect we go lower. 75, not ideal, so probably buyers at the close or below. Bit of a neurotic bar, 76, getting late in the day. I suspect maybe we go a little bit higher, but probably sellers up here. But then if we break out, I suspect buyers down here. Getting the bear breakout, would probably buyers below. So we have 78, just really choppy, bad follow through, probably sellers above. Bad entry bar, probably sellers at the close. Instead, buyers at the close, but I suspect sellers above this bar. And then we have 81. So interesting day, interesting year. My year has been filled with a lot of systems work, a lot of price action, education, in the form of quizzes and studying PTM and Brooks Trading Course. And I've also taught myself how to program. I've programmed all the indicators that you see on this chart. So I've learned a lot. I've spent basically all year learning. And now that I've learned so much, I want to continue learning. I have a few gaps to fill in. But next year, I'm going to do my best to fill in my educational gaps and stick to it. And I'm also going to do my best to be at the desk consistently every day trading and getting practice, trading a small position size and practice applying the knowledge that I have, because I can read the chart well enough to do this thing. But live trading and doing the thing is not as easy as it looks. And it's certainly a different skill than reading the chart bar by bar. But that's exactly what you do during the day. During the day, you don't know what's to come. And all you see here is a bear breakout after a trading range and a small tight trading range here. So this may fail. But it didn't. It got follow through. Okay, so maybe you sell, maybe we go lower. We start to go lower. We have a breakout here. And now we're reversing up. So do you hold? Do you sell? Do you sell above? You know? probably a minor reversal, probably sellers above, but maybe a second bar up. Deep pullback and then a rally, but small bar, top of the range. The bears want a double top. We're also below the moving average. We could be always in long. 27 trapped the bears, but we have a lot of overlap and there's no gap. So really, are the bears trapped? Then we have a bear reversal on 29 and follow through, but low in the range. And look at 30. It looks like it tried to test the low close and reversed up. So maybe we'll pull back, but instead we broke out strongly to the downside, which is a bit of a surprise. Surprises get second legs, but we're already 1, 2, 3 legs down in an overall range at the bottom of a channel. So probably buyers down here somewhere, but probably sellers up here. And that's what you got. So anyway, it's a different skill to trade all of that. And it's hard enough to just read the chart bar by bar itself. And it's a completely different skill, a completely different animal to apply that knowledge during the day. So that's what I'm going to work on next year. I'm going to do my damnedest to just get a lot of experience in and just try to fucking do this thing, man. All right. So happy New Year. Peace.